Shelby and Michelle with Farmhouse Living, and welcome back to our channel. Today we are doing a Christmas home tour of my home. We've done Mom's and now it's time for mine, but we are sharing more of the little last minute details that we did. Things you could even do this week, the week of Christmas, if you really just felt like getting crafty or decorating or having just a fun
DIY time with friends and family.
Yeah. Let's start with the mantle. If you watched our recent living room update, Mom and I found a mantle while we were at a flea market, and I knew I wanted a fireplace in here, but
you've never had one.
Never had one.
Right.
Never had a fireplace at any of the houses. This is my third home. Never had a fireplace.
It's just funny because it's always just such a priority for our home. Even in my first little 1,200 square foot house, I paid $500 for a fireplace. But I'm so excited, and you can actually redo this to have your firebox.
I can upgrade it to electric. I can make it a real one, but I just wanted character. That was my priority. We are in Texas, so a fire is not always necessary. I think it's 80 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I was excited to decorate my mantle, my first mantle. Mom and I love to make garlands. If you followed us, you've seen that. This one is just an asymmetrical. I used a really very inexpensive garland and I just built on it with floral wire.
Yes.
And I love the asymmetrical. This was actually, I went off a design that Mom and I did in her home like
a couple years ago.
We always like to do something different, so I just did that. Then we layered mirrors. I stole this mirror from Mom's house, and she put a deer up at her house. So I stole her mirror and then layered another one, and I put a little decal that says Noel with my Cricut. I want it to look handwritten. Do you think it looks handwritten?
I do.
Yeah.
It's
so
adorable. We
stole that from our friend Shannon at My Little White Barn, and then we, believe it or not, didn't finish the tree.
Until today. But it's okay. But honestly, I mean, we were so busy with Christmas home tours and we had some other things going on in your home that caused us to delay putting Christmas up. However, this is the coziest Christmas cottage ever, and I love it.
I'm excited about what we started with on the tree, even though we just now finished it, because when Mom and I recently went antiquing just for fun the other day, I was able to build on my collection really easily with this color scheme. The last thing we did in the living room is we added some little Christmas swags to my sconces and the mirror.
And then her sweet husband helped us and vacuumed up and said, "Can you girls not use real greenery, fresh greenery next year?"
And we laughed.
Said, "Never."
Never. We will always use real greenery. We love it. And so, yeah, I think if you're looking for last minute touches, you feel like you don't have enough festive flair, cut some greenery, bring it in.
But we should tell them about the Santa cloche. You found that at an antique mall as well.
Our friend Michelle Howell, Vintage Home Designs, we featured her on the channel a couple times. Mom always loves what she does in a cloche. She's like,
it's just crazy what you can do with a cloche.
And so I found this vintage Santa at the antique store the other day. And so we put him on a wooden pedestal and we just stuck him in a cloche.
None of those things went together. We just piecemealed it. And it's the greatest centerpiece.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
So do you want to go to the playroom or the kitchen next?
Oh, the playroom.
Playroom. Okay. Come on. So now we are in the playroom. This is a space directly off the living room. So we like it to be beautiful, flows with the living room, but also gives function as a kid's space with whimsy. So we wanted to go playful Christmas in here. First thing we did was we installed a Christmas tree book wall. Mom was super inspired by our friend Michelle Howell, who we've already mentioned in this video.
Yeah, she created a tree from dishes, and we took that and we used red books as our treescape.
Yep.
And Shelby, I wanted to put it in the kitchen, and she said, "No, this sounds like something fun for the playroom," and so we did that. She added some sweet books in a basket for Quinn to have a little reading nook underneath her book tree.
So it's like a dedicated Christmas book reading section. We put a little boho swag on it and kind of mirrored that with the swag on the door next to it. Initially, we were a little not sure about putting pampas grass with evergreen, but I think pairing it with white berries.
It totally works. And then playing off of the book wall, you did this super fun and creative pages from an old book made into pinwheels and stars, and added that natural element along with the additionally with more of the pampas grass, and just to make it more nature inspired and to flow with this incredible wallpaper that you have.
Yeah, it's super easy to make them, and I feel like they look so much more like upscale. I don't know, they don't look like
you just tore a page out.
No, they don't look like I just tore a page out of a book. And they look like my folds are perfect. I will tell you, my folds are so far from perfect. But that was one of my favorite crafts. I just turned on a Christmas movie and went to folding, and it took like a whopping 20 minutes for all the ornaments. So if you have extra books, staple them to your wall, rip some pages out, and voila. Playroom, Storybook Christmas. So now on to the kitchen. Okay, so we are in the kitchen. This is the first time sharing the kitchen since we've made some updates. I've added a backsplash in my stove alcove. We updated the vent hood, and then I've also added a range, which I haven't used enough to give you like a full review, but that is the most attractive electric range on the market.
And it's induction, so it will do really well for you to cook on.
Mom added Christmas touches to my open shelves, and then we made a little simmer pot station. I'm not gonna lie, we haven't actually made the simmer pot.
We basically just did it for the Instagram
photos. So when we went to a home tour last week, she had like a little tray, and it was ready to make a little simmer pot, which makes the whole house smell like Christmas. So I thought, we'll make a simmer pot and we'll make a simmer pot station. So thought it was cute. Mom did a little flower arrangement next to it. And then we did actually dry oranges. How would you?
I would call it a fail, because some of them turned out, some of them burned, some of them never got done.
Yeah, we did have some that looked good and dried well. We will continue to try it.
We used it, or we'll show you next where we used it.
Yeah, so we used it in the dining room, and we'll show you in a minute. I wanted to touch on one more thing in the kitchen. So I have some glass cabinets up here, which if you followed our home renovation project, these cabinets did not go to the ceiling, so the glass cabinets were an addition on top of the cabinets to make them more updated. And Mom's neighbor gave her a pink fisted dish set, which it was really cool because when I opened the box, it actually had the original ad in the newspaper from the 90s in it. So it was pretty cool. But anyways, we decorated the glass cabinets with...
It's a red pink, so it's not just a full-on pink.
I would say it's full-on red, but they call it pink. But I love the layered look that you did in there. That was really good. So I'm trying to decide, do you think I should keep the red dishes in the glass cabinets, or should I find a new set? What color should I do for my everyday home?
Right.
I'm recruiting you. Help me. So now let's go to our last project we did this weekend, which is the dining room. The last room in the Christmas home tour / last minute project video is the dining room. And Mom bought me for Christmas, that she gave me early, a sign from a local artisan who paints windows. So I will link her Instagram in the description if you're interested. But I decided that I wanted to use the same red dishes that we put in the glass cabinets and do a dish wall. Mom and I have done a lot of dish walls before, and it's to start with your design on the floor, and once you get your layout, just put it on the wall.
Right. And this probably won't stay here forever. It's just a Christmas design. So we weren't like measuring and making sure everything was precise. We just threw it up there, and from anybody's perspective, it looks great.
Yeah, and so you can see that we also use the red dishes and the tablescape. When Mom and I went treasure hunting the other day at the antique store, we found these vintage ornaments that were still in the original box, and we stuck them in some vintage glasses that we found, and then we just put greenery and plates, napkins, and then little decal things that Mom found at Walmart.
Which technically, they're not even napkins, they're those reusable paper towels. But
they're not like fancy servingware, they're literally just cute.
They're so
white.
cute.
Yeah. Last thing we did is we actually had a dream that Mom put a really skinny Christmas tree in the dining room, so I was like, I gotta do it. Went on Facebook Marketplace, a woman that was local was selling one, and it's a good find.
It's perfect.
So that's what we dried our oranges, and we made a little garland. Mom wanted to find a wooden bead garland and put the ornaments on, or the oranges on.
But it's 1 week before Christmas, and the wooden beads, y'all have bought them up.
Y'all bought them. And so the garland that she found had red bells on them. Clearly,
the last 2 beaded garlands in
America.
World. Yeah.
So,
and it had red bells.
So we just used rub and buff on the bells, threw some oranges on.
Yeah.
You can still see some red through.
But it looks rose gold, and along with the ribbon and the oranges, it's just perfect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it does the trick. Let's recap on some quick, easy touches you can add to your home last minute, whether you've decorated or not. You can cut some evergreen and put it on mirrors, sconces, mantles. I mean, shove the evergreen everywhere.
Yeah.
You can either write or use a Cricut on a mirror. Adds holiday touch to something that's every day. You can
staple books to the wall in the shape of a tree.
You can fold book pages into ornaments. So if you feel like your tree is bare, you don't want to go buy more ornaments, just fold some paper, book pages.
And like they did in the olden days, you could thread popcorn, or you can thread berries, or you can thread oranges.
We had a lot of fun between those crafting or DIYs and a little bit of thrifting, adding some holiday flair to my home. Very, very last minute.
Yeah. And are you happy?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And you've never had a fireplace, and you've never had more than 1 tree.
Yeah, I've always only been my home could only fit 1 tree, and this year I have 3. Anyways, I hope that this inspires you, whether you've decorated or not, or if you are a wild Christmas lady or not. There's just fun activities to do with your mom, your friend, your sister, your, whatever, whoever wants
Your
to.
dog.
Your dog. Whoever wants to burn oranges, just grab them. So I hope that you have a great day. Close this out, Mom.
Like and subscribe. Subscribe because you guys are going to want to see the fun things we've got coming up in the new year. We've got some really special things. Do you know what they are?
Well, we're going to clean up this Christmas mess.
That's right. And also share these videos with your friends, and we hope you have the best Christmas ever.
Yes. Bye, guys.
Bye.